Welcome to the Okta support playlist. Today, we are going to demonstrate troubleshooting RDP errors on a server using the Okta MFA Credential Provider for Windows and resolving a common issue with its integration. Okta MFA Credential Provider for Windows enables strong authentication with MFA for RDP clients. This integration can have a lot of moving parts and requires a little know-how to effectively troubleshoot. If you're encountering issues with the Okta MFA Credential Provider, this video is for you. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the articles we'll be referencing to throughout this video. You can find the link to the Okta MFA Credential Provider for Windows manual, as well as the troubleshooting article this video is based on below in the description. To provide a process overview of troubleshooting the Okta Credential Provider, this video can be broken down into two parts. Part 1 will be identifying errors. Here, we're going to demonstrate how to access the system logs, trace the logging events, to identify any errors preventing a successful login. In Part 2, we will find documentation on the RDP error and test the solution. For this demonstration, we have a newly installed Okta Credential Provider. We have verified our test user is able to RDP into the server successfully without the Credential Provider installed, and that the user is assigned to the RDP app. To begin, we will attempt to remote into the server using the built-in Windows 10 Remote Desktop Client. Here, we are denied login with the generic multi-factor authentication failed error message, which does not always indicate an error with MFA, so this integration requires further inspection of the credential provider logs. To determine the true cause of a login failure, Okta administrators will need access to the server and/or the directory which houses the Okta Credential Provider agent install. By default, this directory can be found in C, Program Files, Okta, Okta Windows Credential Provider, Logs. Within this directory, we will need to locate and open the Okta widget log. Details on successful and failed logins will be logged here. If there is an error on a login attempt, you may query the log for the username that was denied login, or in our case, just our testing user and correlate the date and time of the login. Here we can see the Okta Lab user attempting to log in, and we see an exception is thrown. System.net web exception. The request was aborted, could not create SSL TLS secure channel. Looks like we're getting this common System.net web exception error, which indicates an issue with SSL TLS encryption negotiation when the server is attempting to communicate back to Okta. Now we have successfully traced the Okta widget log and obtain the true cause of the login error. Moving on to part 2 of this demonstration, we will obtain more information on this error by searching the error message across our documented RDP errors in this video's accompanying support article. Again, the link to this article can be found in the description if needed. Here we have documentation which provides more details on the steps we covered in part 1. At the bottom of our documentation, we have a table of known issues for quick access. These can also be found by searching the support.okta.com website directly. If the error is found in this table, click on the link to obtain more details on the error message and review the cause and solution for more information on the error and how to fix it. Looks like our error can be found right here up at the top. It appears we have run across a common error, which usually appears after the initial installation, wherein the .NET integration is using weak TLS v1 ciphers in its encryption negotiation back to Okta. This can be easily identified in a network trace by examining the client's client hello packet. As Okta only supports strong TLS v1.2 and 1.3 encryption, the negotiation here fails, resulting in the error message identified in the Okta widget log. Okta has provided an official PowerShell script to resolve this issue. Please note, this script will modify the server to strictly use only strong encryption. If you have legacy applications running on your server which can only use SSL v3, TLS v1, and TLS v1.1, this script will interrupt operation, as the change is made at a system level. To run this script, simply copy it into a .ps1 file. We'll want to run this as an administrator. Now that the script has run, we may test again. Success! We are now able to log in. Note that for our demonstration, this was all that was needed. In a production environment, it is possible to encounter additional errors. If you've successfully implemented a solution and are still encountering an error, we would simply reiterate through the troubleshooting procedure from Part 1. Feel free to reach out to Okta support at any time should you require additional assistance. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And for more Okta support videos, check out the Okta support playlist right here on our YouTube channel.